Hey, it's Aaron. Today I'm with a 2021 Volkswagen Taos. So the Taos is kind of new to the lineup. It makes up for where the Tiguan used to be. The Tiguan used to be about this size. It has grown significantly since into a much larger, more family-friendly vehicle. This has appeared to replace that smaller version. It's a nice little setup. I love this color and interesting design cues. Let's look at it. Hey, it's Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and today's review is brought to you by the Gary Sinise Foundation. Click the link below and donate. So the Taos, as we're looking at it here, this is kind of the mid-level model. It's the 1.5 SE, and so it's not as well outfitted as some of the higher end options, and it's a nice kind of meeting of pocketbook versus accoutrement. I love that word. So underneath here, the 1.5 refers to the engine. It is a 1.5 cylinder, little tiny turbocharged engine, which puts out just enough power to make this feel good. Not enough to make it sporty, but enough to make it feel good. I would like to see this with the 2-liter that Volkswagen uses. I think it would be a much sportier, more like, much sportier, it would have a much sportier feel, be much more like the Tiguan was when it was smaller. But it's an adequate engine, it's good for what this is, it's just not overdone, so nicely done there. Now, let's look at it from the side, and I'll talk about design a little bit. So looking at it from the side here, you can see what the Taos looks like. It is not quite as, what's the word I'm looking for? Not quite as design forward or design as interesting in design as is the Atlas, which I'll refer you to that review, and the Tiguan, which looks very similar to it. This is a much more contemporary design. I think it's drawn more from Volkswagen's cars, specifically the Golf, than it is from those larger SUVs. So as I step into the picture, you'll see kind of some perspective. It's a pretty small vehicle. Again, it's made for that specific market. The Tiguan has gotten larger. This is smaller. But you can see there's no circle as there is on those other vehicles, so it doesn't create that circle as well. It's still there. The design quality, the design cues are there. You can see the bullet head. You can see it runs along, line up here and a line along here. The thing is the line along here dies. It disappears under here, and the circle isn't as well defined. These lines are not as sharp as they are on those larger SUVs. The cut down on the bottom is about the same, though. You can see it's pretty large, and it really gives a lot of emphasis to the round of the door underneath this very heavy cut, which again is on all of the vehicles. So, but if you look at the overall design, you look at the overall cues of the silhouette and everything else, it's a little more Golf than it is the crossovers, than it is, you know, Tiguan or Atlas. So that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as design. It's a fairly simple construct. It looks really good, though. Also point out the wheels. These are wonderful wheels. These are 18-inch on this right here, and they're nicely sized, so you can see the wheel proportions to the wells. Very good. I don't think I would want larger wheels than this. I think it would look weird. Really nicely done. Hood lines are really great. I love these cuts here. They just create kind of a multi-layer to the hood and a lot of light catching. This great color. It's a beautiful blue here. You can see how the light bounces off of it. So you get different lighting here than you do under here than you do here in the roundness. And you get different lighting on the hood the same way because this is underneath this, and so you end up with different light levels. And now the wind's really picking up, so you probably can't hear anything, and my camera's about to blow over. Jesus. So because the wind picked up, I'm just going to have to cut this short. Interior's really good, feels really good. Nice amount of cargo space back there. I'll I'll film opening it up and stuff. I'm just not going to talk anymore. And that's it. I'm going to call it good on this. This is a great vehicle. I really enjoy it. So Volkswagen did a good job on the Taos here. This has been Aaron, 2021 Volkswagen Taos. Talk to you again soon.
Subscribe.